Welcome back to the Sacramento State Dynasty here on YouTube. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and the Hornets are traveling to Central Michigan to take on the Chippewas, who are 1-8. They're just playing out the string. The Hornets, though, sitting at 7-3, 5-2, playing their final MAC contest of the season. The Hornets' path to the MAC championship game has taken a little bit of a detour here as they fell to Toledo 26-24 in their last video. So they're still alive for a spot in the MAC championship game, but they have to win as well as get a lot of help in the next couple of weeks. And if you want to see more of this content and you enjoy it, please hit that like button. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as if you want to see any more Hornets Dynasty, as well as my future Madden Dynasty, which will be coming out shortly in a few weeks. We start off now on the Hornets' second possession after both teams go 3 and out. As we see Jamar Curtis, he's only going to go 0 yards on that first down run here. Next play, 2nd and 10 on their own 27-yard line here. We see a little jet sweep over to Landry Burrell. Burrell's going to find a hole, and he's going to get a first down for the Hornets here. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off to Jamar Curtis. Curtis is going to find a hole. He's going to go around. He'll be tackled after 16 yards. That's a fresh set of downs. Very next play for the Hornets here. Conklin passes to Jason Moses. That's going to be complete for 6 yards. Sets up 2nd and 4 inside Chippewa territory. Conklin, that pass, he's going to get it off. That's going to be complete over to Jordan Williams for 20 yards. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. They're going to hand it off over to Bryant Collins, and Collins is going to be tackled for a gain of 8. Very next play here. 2nd and 2 inside the 9-yard line. There's the snap. That's going to be taken under pressure. He's going to fumble it after being sacked. And I believe that's going to be Corver Dema for the fumble recovery here. And let's see who will get the sack, because I know that was a strip sack on Central Michigan, as the Chippewas will force a red zone turnover, stalling the Hornets drive here. That's Victor Earl, who's going to be credited with the strip sack here. And yeah, that was just an easy sack. So now we fast forward to 2nd and 11 on the first time we see the Chippewas drive here. As you see Victor Flores, that pass is going to be complete, or Angel Flores, that pass is complete to Tommy McIntosh for 6 yards. 3rd and 5 now, as we see the Hornets defense looking to try to get off the field, and they will, as they will sack Angel Flores for a loss of 3. But we're going to fast forward after Sac State 3 and out, as Chippewas with the ball again. They're going to go hand it to Von Blue for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now on the 34-yard line here. Angel Flores will take the snap. He'll get the pass. That's going to be complete over to Colin Payne, and Payne will get the first down there. Very next play, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Flores in shotgun formation. You see a little motion there, and that is going to be complete over to Langston Lewis. He'll get 11 yards there, 1st down. Very next play on 1st and 10. Flores under pressure again, and he's going to eat the turf again, as there's an injury timeout here, and that is against Flores here, because Marcus Beeman is now into the game, and he's going to get a pass over to Colin Payne, and Payne is going to get 11 yards on that 2nd and 19 play. Sets up a 3rd and 9. Beeman's pass to Langston Lewis for 8 yards, but that's incomplete, and that will stall the drive there. Next play, first play of the next drive, or 2nd and 1, I should say, they're going to hand it off to Rainey there on that last play. He went 7 yards. Very next play, 3rd and 1, they're going to hand it to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to get 10 yards there. Very next play, though, Carson Conklin, that's going to be a short pass over to Landry Burrell for 4 yards. 2nd and 6 on the next play on their own 41-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Curtis again. Jamar Curtis is going to get 10 yards there into Chippewa territory. 1st and 10 inside the Chippewa's 49-yard line here as Conklin. And that pass is going to be complete to Kyle Kuntz, and Kuntz will get 7 yards on that 1st down play, and that will end the 1st quarter here. We are scoreless here, the Hornets and the Chippewas tied at scoreless here. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as we're about to start the second quarter right after this. Start of the second quarter here. Hornets with the ball now. We fast forward to 3rd and 3 here. It's a passing play. However, Carson Conklin's just going to run for it, and he's going to get the first down. I believe that's for 16 yards there. Next play, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. That's going to be a little bit of jet sweep over to Landry Burrell for the second time. He's going to get 12 yards there. They're inside the red zone. 1st and 10 now, and they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis for 6 yards. And that's going to set up 2nd and 4. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 4 after a no-gain pass there. And they're going to hand it off over to Bryant Collins. And Collins is only going to get 3 yards, so they're going to be short for it. They're going to try to go for it. Collins is going to lose a yard on 4th down, and Central Michigan will take it over on downs. First play of the next drive, they're going to hand it off over to Von Blue, and Blue will go for 6 yards there. 2 plays later on 3rd and 4 here. Angel Flores back in the game. And Flores is going to run for it. And he's going to get the first down and more. That's going to be 16 yards. It's up 1st and 10. But now we got 3 plays later. 3rd and 7 now. And you see Marcus Beeman back in the game. But that's going to be an incomplete pass here. First play of the next drive for the Hornets here. That pass is going to be complete over to Bryant Collins, and Collins is going to fumble the ball, and it's going to be recovered by Central Michigan. I believe that's Xavier White with the fumble recovery for the Chippewas. And let's see here for a second. We're going to see who actually got the fumble strip here. And that's going to be Donovan Fialord, who will get the forced fumble for the Chippewas. The second time the Hornets have fumbled the ball away here. You see the Chippewas on their first 2 plays later. That's going to be a sack. And Marcus Beeman sacked for a 7-yard loss here. But on 3rd and 20, and we're going to see Beeman. Beeman's going to run for it, and he'll get 17 yards there. Sets up a manageable 4th and 3 for the Chippewas here. Beeman taking the snap, and he's going to run for it again, and Beeman's going to get the first down on a 5-yard gain here. 2 plays later, 2nd and 8. They're going to, you see here, waiting for the play to start here. They're going to hand it off over to, no, that's going to be a pass over to Miles Peters, and Peters is going to get 6 yards there. 2 plays later on 3rd and 2. They're going to hand it off over to Von Blue for 5 yards. It's a 1st and goal. 2 plays later, though, on 2nd and goal, they're going to hand it off to Von Blue for a Chippewas touchdown. And just like that, they get easy field position off the turnover, and the Chippewas strike first. For the Hornets now, 1st and 10 on their next drive here. Conklin, he'll pass it over to Landry Burrell, and Burrell will get 10 yards there. Sets up 3rd and inches now, since they did not get the first down on that pass. They're going to hand it off over to Carson Conklin. This is going to keep the quarterback keeper ball lose a yard. They'll be forced to punt here. 1st and 10 now for Central Michigan on their first drive, that first play of the next drive. And that's going to be a pass over to Miles Peters, and Peters will be get 8 yards there. 2nd and 2 for the Chippewas. They're going to hand it off to Von Blue, and Blue will get the 2 yards there for the first down. No, 3rd and inches actually. And you see Beeman, and he'll run it again. Marcus Beeman using his wheels for the quarterback keeper here. That's going to be first down. 2 plays later on 2nd and 10, and that's going to be a Marcus Beeman pass to Colin Payne for 9 yards. Very next play on 3rd and 1, snap taken. Beeman gonna throw it, and that's going to be intercepted by Elias Mulliken. And Mulliken will end the drive there with an interception, which, by the way, now makes the streak up to 11 games now for the Hornet defense, getting at least 1 turnover here. First play of the next drive. And 2 plays later on 2nd and 6, that's going to be a pass to Matthew Coleman for 15 yards. They're going to call a timeout here. A couple plays later on 2nd and 7, that pass is going to be complete to Landry Burrell for 14 yards. Very next play, 1st and 10, handing it off to Jamar Curtis. Curtis is going to run for hole. He'll get 15 yards there. That's going to be another timeout called. Very next play, 1st and 10, Conklin. Pass is going to be complete over to Kyle Kuntz for 14 yards. And that's going to set up a field goal to end the half here for Josiah Stovall. That kick is good for 47 yards out. And the Hornets will get points right before halftime here. And that's where it's going to be. Halftime, it's 7-3, Central Michigan on top. As we look at games around the country, some midweek action here. Akron 30-24 winners over Western Michigan. As we see Akron definitely an improved team, at least in season number one. One is they are fighting for a chance to play in the MAC championship game as well. And then we look at other MAC scores. Ohio over Miami of Ohio. Then we have Toledo over UMass and Buffalo over Ball State. As we look at the highlights here from the first half, the Hornets picked it up a little bit in that first, at the end of the half, where they were able to get 3 points there, but they've turned the ball over twice, had a turnover on downs that kept points off the board here. Probably should be leading in this game here. But if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as we're getting ready to start the second half coming up shortly here in Mount Pleasant. Start the second half here in Mount Pleasant here as we have a handoff over to Von Blue, and Von Blue is going to be tackled after a 6-yard gain here. Next play, 3rd and 4, or 2 plays later on 3rd and 4 on the 39-yard line, and I hate the coaching mode here. However, that's going to be a pass over to Colin Payne, and Payne's going to get 13 yards on a 3rd and 4, and that's going to set up a fresh set of downs here. Next play here, 1st and 10 on their 43-yard line. There's Beeman. His pass is going to be complete to Langston Lewis for 18 yards. Next play here, 1st and 10 on the 40 of Sacramento State here. As you see, this pass is going to be completed over to Justin Ruffin for 3 yards here. Very next play, 2nd and 7 on the 36-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to Von Blue. Blue will get 4 yards there. It sets up 3rd and 2 now. Beeman, he'll take the snap. That pass is going to be complete, and that's only going to be 1 yard for Colin Payne here. That sets up a 49-yard field goal by Jason Keeley, and Keeley will sink the 49-yard field goal. It's 10-3, Central Michigan on top. Now we fast forward to the next drive for Sacramento State. First of the second half, it's 2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off to Jamar Curtis for 10 yards here. Next play, 3rd and 6. Snap taken by Conklin. Conklin's pass is going to be complete over to Matthew Coleman for 10 yards. It's a fresh set of downs here. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10, I should say. They're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie for 7 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 3 here. Conklin will take the snap, and he'll get the pass off, and that's going to be complete, but that's only going to be for 1 yard over to Kyle Kuntz, and it's going to be a we'll have to punt it away as you see a first down or 4-yard pass over to Beeman to Ruffin Jr. there on that last play here. Sets up a 2nd down here, and that snap is taken. And you're going to see Beeman is going to eat the turf for a 9-yard loss here. I believe that was Miles Bailey with the sack. Next play, 3rd and 15 on their own 15-yard line. And we're going to see the snap taken again. And this time we're going to see another sack. And I believe, who was that that's on the sack? That might have been Alex Rocha with the sack. So they're going to have to force the punt there. Sacramento State with the ball again. 1st and 10 on midfield. That's a 4-yard rush by Sincere Ronnie here. Next play is going to be a 1-yard pass over to Jamar Curtis for 1 yard. Sets up 3rd and 5 now. Snap taken by Conklin. Conklin's pass is going to be complete over to Jason Wilson. Wilson's going to find a hole. Gets away. He's going to find himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Sacramento State. And the Hornets needed that one. A 45-yard touchdown pass. A catch and run by Jace Wilson here. As we can see here, he made the catch right around the 40, and he just gets that spin, and he is off to the races for a reservation of 6 to the Sizzler. And we are tied at 10 here. Both teams went 3 and out in their next possession, so now we fast forward towards the late of the third quarter here as we see Marcus Beeman with a 5-yard rush here. 2 plays later on 3rd and 3 on their own 29-yard line. We see a snap taken. Beeman is going to keep it again, and Beeman's going to get 6 yards there. That's going to be a first down, and that will be the end of the third quarter here. We are tied at 10. Sacramento State, Central Michigan here. The Hornets need a win to keep their back title hopes alive as you look at the CFP playoff rankings here. At least the top 12 we see here. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Start of the fourth quarter here. We're tied at 10 in Mount Pleasant, Michigan here, and there looks like there's a movement up front, and it's going to look like it's against Central Michigan. And it is indeed a false start here. Very next play on first and 15. That's going to be complete for a -1 yard to Colin Payne. You might as well just had it incomplete. But very next play on second and 16. That pass is going to be complete to Colin Payne for 12 yards. Which will set up a 3rd and 3 for the Chippewas here on their own 42-yard line here. Snap taken. Looks like it's going to be a pass play, but Beeman's going to keep it. Beeman's going to get the first down. He'll get tackled after 7 yards. First down here. 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line now. As we have Beeman taking the snap, and that pass is going to be complete over to Justin Ruffin Jr. for 16 yards. Makes it 2nd and 12. Now 2nd and 12, 2 plays later. They're going to hand it off over to Jaden Clairvaux. And Clairvaux will get 7 yards. Sends up a manageable 3rd and 4 now. Snap taken. Pass is going to be complete over to Miles Peters for 6 yards. 2 plays later on 2nd and 11. Pass, and you see Beeman. He's under pressure, and Beeman's going to be sacked for a loss of 9. Very next play, 3rd and 20 now for the Chippewas. And that is going to be a passing play, and that's going to be complete over to Nasir Williams, and Williams will only get 9 yards there. They're going to have to settle for a field goal here for the Chippewas here. Snap is up, kick is off, and it's going to split the uprights here as Jason Keeley's 41-yard field goal puts Central Michigan on top by 3 again. First play of the next drive here, 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line. You see a snap taken, and he's a little bit under pressure here, and Carson Conklin is going to eat the turf for a 5-yard loss here. 2nd and 15, they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to get 5 yards. Very next play, 3rd and 9 on the 21-yard line here. Conklin takes a snap. That pass is going to be complete for 13 yards for Matthew Coleman. Sets up a 1st down. Very next play, 1st and 10 for the Hornets. And they're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie. And Ronnie's going to get through, and he's going to be tackled after 12 yards. Another fresh set of downs. 3 plays later, 3rd and 7. As we see that pass by Conklin, that's going to be complete over to Jace Wilson for 21 yards. 2 plays later on 2nd and 10. And that pass for Conklin is going to be complete over to Kyle Koontz for 8 yards. They're inside nearly the red zone here. 3rd and 2 now on the 21-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie. And Ronnie's going to get the necessary yardage for the 1st down here. 2 plays later on 2nd and 9 on the 18. And you see Conklin. Conklin's going to take a run for it. And Conklin's going to be short, but he's going to get injured actually on that play here. And now, very next play, 1st and goal on the CMU 1 is Jackson Sharman now in. He's going to get the touchdown pass to Kyle Koontz, complete for 1 yard. And for the first time in this game, the Hornets have a 3-point lead here, pending the extra point. Jackson Sharman has to come in for this one play. And on the first play, he finds Kyle Koontz for 1 yard. And the Hornets, for the first time in this game, lead. It's 17-13 now. 1st and 10, first play. You see Beeman. His pass going to be complete over to Jaden Clairvaux. And that's only going to go for 3 yards, though. 2nd and 7. Very next play here. And they're going to hand it off over to Clairvaux for 1 yard. Very next play, 3rd and 6, snap taken. And he's under pressure, and Beeman's going to eat the turf. I believe that's Miles Bailey again. Very next play, 4th and 13. They need to convert this. That pass is up, and it's going to be knocked away. And we don't even need to see it because Sacramento State only got 1 field goal after that. And they end up holding on to win 20-13, keeping their MAC title hopes alive. You see Conklin with 217 passing yards, nearly 66% completion, and 1 touchdown pass throwing. As you see, ejected Chippewas team rocking off the field here, but you see a giddy up, you see a downright giddy Hornet team. And now we look at the player stats here. We have Carson Conklin, 21 of 32 passing for 217 yards and a touchdown. Then we had Jackson Sharman that had to come in for one play, and one play only. He went 1 for 1, getting that 1-yard touchdown pass, which proved to be the winning touchdown. Then we have Jamar Curtis with 17 carries for 79 yards. Sincere Ronnie, 35 yards on 7 carries. Carson Conklin, 28 yards on 5 carries, with Bryant Collins only getting 3 carries for 10 yards, but he did have a big fumble in that first half that led to a score, so I don't think he really touched the ball after that. Then we got Burrell, 58 receiving yards on 6 catches. Kuntz with 31 and a touchdown. That was a winning touchdown pass. Other notables here, we have Wilson with 66 yards on 2 catches for a touchdown as well. And then we look over at some of the the blocking here. Frazier with 7 pancakes, Sousa with 6 pancakes, Kuntz with 5 for the tight end, 4 for Stallworth, 3 for Wilson and Summers, 2 for Moore and Soifua, and Williams with 1. Defensive stats, though, we have Alex Rocha, 12 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss and a sack. Then we have Mulligan at 9 tackles with an interception. Tucker had 6 total tackles and a half a sack. Zay Adams with 3 total tackles and 1 full sack. Xavier Williams had 1.5 sacks. Miles Bailey, 2.5 sacks, with Derek Houston getting a half a sack as well. So that's your defensive stats there. And then for kicking, we have Josiah Stovall, 2 for 2 for field goals and 2 for 2 with extra points made. And then we have White, kind of a drag, 5 punts for 258 yards and 212 net yards and 1 touchback. His longest punt was 61 yards. We have Jason Costello, who is now officially at least sent his verbal commit to Sacramento State, the 1-star quarterback. 1-star Sam, Jimmy Vizcaíno, has finally verbally committed to Sacramento State. Christian Jowers, the 1-star cornerback out of Green Bay, California, also verbally commits to the Hornets. And then we have another hard commit. That is 1-star left guard John Perez from Seattle, Washington. Simulated the bye week, we have another verbal commit. Tony James from San Luis Obispo, California, the 1-star left tackle here. As we also have 1-star Will Dom Edmond from Carmichael, California, the local talent just down the road from Sacramento State. It's good that we got him to at least verbally commit to the Hornets here. We got cornerback Femi Oche from San Francisco, the 1-star cornerback. He's verbally committed to the Hornets. Then we have Gideon Knight, the 1-star right guard from Spanaway, Washington. 1-star recruit, as I said. He now has a hard commit to the Hornets, so he's definitely coming to California's capital. As well as Santiago Mandrano is going to go a couple of hours down Interstate 80 in Reno, Nevada. The 1-star left edge coming to Sacramento State for sure. And then we'll have our first 2-star recruit that actually has a hard commit. That is Eric Bello from Alabama. Can't pronounce it. I think it's Eufolia, Alabama. I think that's how it's pronounced. And we have a 3-star commit as well. The first 3-star hard commit in Harlan Bragg, the 3-star right edge from San Mateo, California. Followed by John Eddy, the 1-star Will from Killeen, Texas. And George Azuma from Fresno, going to go a couple of hours up north, the 1-star Sam, to Sacramento, California, the hard commit there. And now the official recruiting update here. As I mentioned in my last video, any hard commits will now be moved to the top, and the higher prestige recruit you are, the more you're going to be on top. That is why you see Harlan Bragg, the only 3-star recruit right now that has committed to the Hornets. He's on top. You see Bello, then you got Poindexter, Eric Lockett, Raheem Payne, D'Angelo Pitts, Paredes, Gideon Knight, Santiago Mandrano, George Azuma, and John Eddy are the 11 hard commits right now. Then you have, as I mentioned earlier, Costello gets a verbal commit. Moffitt still on top of our list right now. He has yet to give a verbal commit. Same thing with Antolo. He hasn't given a verbal commit yet. Tony James has given us a verbal commit. Then we still have Lanovoy, number 1 on our list. Same with Nathan Melvin. Keenan Duggins a verbal commit right now. We're still waiting for him to get us a... is he verbally committed to us? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he is, but we're waiting for the hard commit, as well as Demetrius Semple. We're waiting for a verbal commit. Same with Dom Edmond. He's verbal commit. Hopefully we can land him, as he's from Carmichael, as I mentioned. Vince Cayeno, verbal commit. Noah Hicks, though, has us as number 2. He did come visit during the bye week. Lester Bartow, number 1. Same with Carl Mohammed. Femi Ochi is verbally committed to the Hornets. Same with Christian Jowers. Mateo Ruiz, we're number 1 on his list, the 1-star cornerback from Dallas, Texas. And then we had to replace Pierre Shabazz, who actually officially hard committed to UNLV. J.R. Burns now replaces him now as the 1-star free safety. And heading to the final week of the regular season, it's time for us to look at the college football playoff bracket here, as we have Oklahoma at number 1. Number 2 is Missouri. Number 3, Miami. Number 4, UCLA, followed by the first round matches being number 12, Alabama, at number 5, Texas Tech. That's actually weird seeing Bama on the road at Texas Tech. Usually that would probably be in certain years Texas Tech at Alabama in the first round if they were to play in the playoff. Then you got number 9 Memphis at number 8 USC, number 11 LSU at number 6 Ole Miss. Hey, we could have a rematch here, and Lane Kiffin would have to go back to Oxford again. Ole Miss did win the match, at least in this dynasty, earlier in the season. And then you got number 10 Georgia at number 7 Nebraska. And then we have the bowl projection here. We're projected to play in the Arizona Bowl right now, and that bowl bid is for sure going to happen at 8-3, regardless of what happens in the game against Hawaii. I mean, it does not affect anything as far as the MAC standings go, which we're going to take a look at in just a second. But Sacramento State 8-3 right now would play North Dakota State again. I mean, they did have a pretty good matchup in Sacramento earlier in this dynasty. Go back and watch that video. I'll leave a link in the description down below for that game. But it would be Sacramento State and North Dakota State projected in the Arizona Bowl. And speaking of the conference standings, we see Sacramento State is now in second place, a half a game ahead of Eastern Michigan and Akron, who sit at 5-2. Buffalo, Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, Toledo, they cannot catch them. As I said, Toledo and Bowling Green were the only two to beat Sacramento State in conference play, but we kind of now officially could tell you that they will not finish at least tied with Sacramento State, so they would have held the tiebreaker if they were still in contention. Sacramento State does hold the tiebreaker against Eastern Michigan because they beat Eastern Michigan in week 0, but who knows how it will go if Western Michigan loses, as well as Eastern Michigan and Akron both win, and we have a 4-way tie. That could actually take things into consideration there. Can mess some things up. Who knows how tiebreakers work in this game. Tiebreakers are not always conventional in video games, I can tell you that right now.
In our next video, the Hornets will be on the road once again. They are in paradise. They travel to the Hawaiian Islands, Honolulu, to take on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors in non-conference action here. The Rainbow Warriors are 6-5, and they're just playing for a guaranteed winning season. For the Hornets, though, a win, regardless if they end up making the MAC championship game or not, will guarantee themselves at least a shot to get a 10-win season in their first season in FBS. It will be the Hornets and the Rainbow Warriors coming up in our next video. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, especially a score prediction for the game against Hawaii, as well as don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, as well as hit the bell icon next to it so you can receive notifications when these videos do come out for this series, as well as for my Madden series. In the description down below will be a link to my Cash App if you're able to support me financially. I kind of sure could use a new microphone as this keeps being like going in and out. And also underneath that Cash App link will be where you can follow me on X and Instagram for following me on social media. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.